Hi everyone, good morning. Christos Anesti, Alithos Anesti. We just finished the Divine Liturgy, and we just finished the Divine Liturgy and the consuming of the gifts as well. And now we have Deacon George, who's finishing up, or may have already finished up, but is finishing up in the next couple of minutes. Of course, his the Sunday school class with the kids. And from what I overheard when I was in the altar, it seemed like he was talking about the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father, and I believe he focused specifically on forgive us our trespasses. Either way, since I'm driving now, I wanted to offer the youth sermon, which I'm titling Father Christian's Mobile Youth Sermon, because first of all, I'm already running late because the sermon was supposed to be published at 12, but here I am. I wanted to offer it now rather than wait any longer. Anyway, let's get to it. Today's youth sermon is just comes to us from one of the sayings of our fathers of the church, and it's something very small that I just wanted to offer today as a reflection for you in this coming week. Oftentimes when we think of church, as families, as youth, as even clergymen, when we think of church, we always think of sins. We always think of things that not to do. And God is less interested in a sense of what you're not doing than of what you're doing. In other words, he's less interested in the sins that you're committing and more interested in the ways in which you are loving him and loving our neighbors as well, loving your neighbor. And in that case, it could be your siblings, it could be mom and dad. In these ways, we can love our neighbor, and ways in which you're also loving yourself. In other words, being respectful to your mind, your body, your own thoughts, being respectful, of course, to your emotions and things that you may be feeling. But in this respect, it's in this respect that God is that's what he's interested in. But now I offer this small quote from one of the fathers of the church, in where he says that if we were to take up all the sins of humanity from the very beginning up until now, all the sins of humanity from the very beginning up until now, from the very beginning of creation up until now, it would be like a huge pile of sand in our hands. So just imagine that you're grasping this huge pile of coarse and grainy sand that's in your hands. That's all the sins of humanity amounted. So all of the sins of humanity, equal this grain this pile of sand. And he says, when you compare that to the love and compassion of God, it is though as you're taking this pile of sand and throwing it into the boundless ocean. So now you're comparing the small pile of sand to this huge boundless ocean. That is the mercy and compassion of God. It's for this reason that when we focus on our sins and those negative aspects of ourselves, that is the wrong thing to focus on. You don't, as St. Porphyrius says, you don't defeat evil by focusing on evil, but rather focus on Christ, and all those things will disappear, right? You focus on loving God, on loving neighbor, but most of course, most importantly, on loving God. If you focus on Christ, if that is your sole attention, not on your own sins, because when you're focusing on your own sins and on your own weaknesses and on your own insecurities and what have you, you're still focused on yourself. But when you focus on God, he mystically, as a true doctor and physician that Christ is, he mystically heals all those afflictions that we may have, all those troubles that we may be going through. That's how Christ is as a healer. So again, I believe it's I don't know if it's Saint Gregory the theologian who says this, but or it might even be Saint Gregory of Nyssa, but it might be one of the two, that he says all the sins of humanity are like this pile of sand, but when you put them face to face to the ocean, the infinite ocean of God's mercy, they are but nothing. So just remember that this coming week, reflect on that if you're able to. Youth and families as well, please reflect on that. My sins, and not that it doesn't matter, but love God. Focus on that. Don't focus on eradicating these other things. Let God take care of that. Focus on loving God, and you'll see that slowly, these things will dissipate as well. God bless you all, and I wish you all a blessed day and a blessed week. Christos Anesti, Alithos Anesti. Bye-bye.